If you are a real estate agent and you are tired of cold calling, door knocking, paying for ads that flat out don't work, or just tired of not knowing how to generate leads, then this is the channel for you. We are four rockstar agents who have come together to help fellow agents achieve financial freedom as well as location and time freedom. My name is Andy Hollis, along with my partners Aileen Fountain, David Doran, and Tim Hollenden. Together, we have over 50 plus years experience and knowledge in the real estate and sales and training industry, and we are hoping to pass that knowledge on to you. So let's get started.
The advancements and what we are starting to see and happen in the world is just absolutely insane. I'm privy to I'm very lucky to be a part of a group. They reached out. There's about 150 CEOs in the world. They talk about longevity, extending human life. They talk about robotics and artificial intelligence and what's happening in the world. It's just really exciting to hear what's going on. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but they can literally they have these machines now that can take the humidity that's in the air and then turn it into water for less than 2 cents a liter. They're testing in places like Vegas and other places in the world. So like the whole scarcity of water on this planet, look how much water there is on this planet. And now they can literally take from the humidity, bring it down for less than 2 cents a liter and turn it into water. Absolutely amazing. A future where water is just abundant. And then there's also things like just really taking a look at how deep they're going with artificial intelligence. If you guys have heard of the thing CRISPR, CRISPR, really exciting what they're doing with genes and DNA, where now AI can literally read genes in your DNA, and that's been FDA approved, where something like sickle cell anemia for people 12 years and older, they can go on there, rearrange the DNA, identify it within it, rearrange it, and completely eliminate the disease. And now they're looking at ways that they can do that with other diseases. And now they're even predicting, since they can do that and rearrange DNA, designer babies. Literally take a look at the DNA and start altering the DNA to start literally creating life. And the future and what's happening as we know it is starting to move exponentially, which is really exciting. It can be a little bit scary too. What we're seeing at these times is, here's the reality. It's too big to ignore AI. AI is too big to ignore, and I believe it's too big to do alone. That's why we're trying to bring it on, help a lot more people. And look, I'm reaching out to a lot of individuals who are in this space as well, because here's the hard part with AI, family. There's a million ways you can use it, 1,000,001 ways you can use it, right? It's just figuring out how do you use it to be efficient and effective for your business. And what happened was, it was literally right after our call, they came out with something called advanced voice. Just dropped literally right after our last call. I did a training. I'm like, damn it, Jeff, I got to come back on. I have to come back on and share this with you guys, because this is absolutely amazing. I'll tell you what, since I've started using this, I don't know if I've talked to anybody else as much as I've talked to my Chat GPT since this has come out. That's a factual. Maybe I need more friends. There's a very good argument there. But it's just the fact of how intelligent it is, how it can piece things together, speak to you back and forth, and it's literally becoming an employee in my business. So here's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be covering how you can literally role play and speak to your Chat GPT here today. And then, since I'm sure you guys saw this too, I called a little bit of an audible. Search GPT just dropped about 2 days ago. We've already came out some pretty badass ways that you guys can use that too for your business. So I'll briefly cover that here as well. Before we get into that, I am going to request that I can share my screen here. And then, yes, I think I can share now. Here we go. This is AI for real estate agents. My goal is to be able to help real estate agents make the transition to an AI-powered business. Obvious reason you guys are all here is that, look, you're hearing a lot about AI. Don't fully understand it. You want to keep getting a little bit better, right? I love being around people who have a desire to grow, a desire to learn. You need a desire to learn with what is coming and what's already here with AI. That's the most fascinating thing about this, is if you have a desire to learn, AI can help you pretty much learn just about anything. I'm actually using, and I'll show you guys how I'm using ChatGPT to literally be my Spanish tutor now. I got rid of Duolingo. I had a 190-day streak on Duolingo, gone, using ChatGPT as my tutor. And if anybody here has kids, let me actually just see how many people here, show of hands, have kids that are still high school or under, actually. High school or under, or even grandkids, high school or under. I'm going to show you how you can literally get them a personal tutor for any subject. And not just a personal tutor, but it will start to learn how they like to learn and start to like help them adapt. Fascinating stuff. So we're going to go through that. All right, bring it back here. Glaring reality that nobody's telling you. Look, family, there's no future without learning AI, period. There's no future in real estate without learning AI. And that's why we're all here. Yes, we are the Krem Institute of Artificial Intelligence. We've been featured in Forbes, Fox, Google News, you name it, for the work we are specifically doing in the real estate industry. Created the world's first AI certified agent, and something else will be dropping here very shortly. The story of us, yes, it is myself and my real brother who started what we do. Started a business about 6 years ago, built our first company into 13 countries in all 50 states. And then AI came into the picture and we realized that we had to make an adjustment. Here's the mindset that I hope everybody really starts to adopt. And this first one is absolutely key. Start looking at ChatGPT as your lifelong employee. Family, start looking at it as employee. Start treating it like an employee. And I promise all this will start to change. Here's a reality. Here's another reality that most people aren't really talking about. ChatGPT, like AI is a whole new species getting introduced to this planet. It is a form of intelligence. And they're predicting by 2030, it will be smarter than the entire human race combined. Start putting things together, solving problems that we can't even comprehend. This is a new species getting introduced to our planet. And your ChatGPT, and I say ChatGPT, I know there's other large language models. My recommendation is stick with one. And I recommend ChatGPT. But start really looking at this as like an employee. It knows my business almost better than I do now by how you train it. 2, AI is a lifelong skill. This is a skill that will continue to pay time and time and time again. How you adapt to AI will determine your future in this world. How you adapt to AI will determine your success in the future of this world. You know, there'll be some people walking around bitter and just angry in 5 or 10 years because they refuse to adapt to AI, and now they're living in an AI-powered world. And they're just walking around, they're seeing it everywhere, they're using it, and like, why didn't I do this sooner? Perplexity, it's a great software. Now that ChatGPT has Search GPT, it is not more up to date. So that is no longer the case. Perplexity, I know there's other large language models out there. Here's my recommendation. So I'm glad that you asked this question because there's a lot of large language models out there, some that are a little bit better than others at times, right? And then that one gets better, then this one gets better. Here's what I know. Being a part of this group has given me a little bit of like a depth of vision on what's happening. I mean, have you guys seen like Apple Intelligence that got dropped on the new iPhones, right? New iPhones, you got Apple Intelligence. Guess what that's run off of? ChatGPT. It's ChatGPT and Apple Intelligence. You know, I'm in this group and what some of these women, amazing women who are like CEOs and founders of some of these companies that have robotics and humanoid androids. And what they are running off of is ChatGPT, not all the other large language models. So when I'm talking about depth of vision, it's ChatGPT is going to be built into a lot of the appliances, a lot of the things that you use here in the future. And the more that you can communicate and start training your ChatGPT, imagine if I can just log into my ChatGPT and then it's built into my computer. And then all the training and everything that's learned from me over the years is now literally built into my computer. And then let's go a couple steps further. Let's say 5 or 10 years from now, because that's what we're really looking at for the humanoid robots. I just want to put that in perspective. I know you might have seen We Robots. Those were robotically controlled robots. They were like they weren't actually AI robots. We're still years away from that. But let's say 10 years from now, for the last 10 years, you've only used ChatGPT and it got to know everything about you. And then all of a sudden you get a robot delivered to your door and you can just plug that directly into it. How much better would that be? Instead of using 5 or 10 different large language models that know a little bit about you. So that's where, yes, Perplexity is great. I recommend ChatGPT because I'm thinking 5, 10 years down the line, how it's going to be plugged into everything that I'm doing. A great point and question that you just brought up here. So going into this, it's about business efficiency and growth. Yes, let's see. I think we're on number 3. Tools are only as good as you train them to be. Yes, you got to train them about who you are, who your business is, what you represent. Training them is very important. 4, go deep, not wide. Kind of what I was just talking about here. Look, family, you don't need 1,000 AI tools to completely change your life. Chances are you just need a couple. And I don't know if you there's just so many amazing things happening on ChatGPT. If you go deep with it, you can now use CapCut on ChatGPT. It's a brand new feature. You can use CapCut, get a video created, click on it, and then it opens up in in your CapCut account. You can use Canva for all of you guys with EXP, right? You all got Canva now free. You can literally use Canva inside of ChatGPT. Click on the image and it directly opens up in your Canva account. So when I say this, go deep, not wide, you don't need to be paying for all these different subscriptions out there. ChatGPT. It's about business efficiency and growth. So here's what I'm going to be talking about today. Today, I am going to be talking about 2 things. The first is I'm going to be showing you guys a new update that they came out with about a year ago. Called Advanced Voice. A year ago, I'm sorry, about a month ago. Advanced Voice, where you can literally now talk to your ChatGPT. And this is made possible because of another update they dropped. And I just want you guys to understand how big this is. So before they dropped Project Strawberry 01, AI was basically algorithmic, right? You would ask it questions and it would pass through and then give you the best response that it had. Now AI is on generative level 2. AI is now thinking for itself. So the best way I can talk about this is it thinks in probabilities, right? Before this dropped, if you were playing chess with AI, it would just make the best chess move possible every single time, no matter what, right? So no matter what, it would read the board and say, this is the best chess move. Here's what it's doing now. It's reading me as a player based on my past games and what I've done, where it's normally this is the best move. But since I know Nick, and I know Nick loves bringing out the queen, and he loves moving that around the board, I'm going to do this move instead. Even though the chessboard says I should do another move, I know Nick. So it's now thinking in probabilities, which is exciting all in itself, right? Because now AI can see, you can upload images, it can read, it can learn, and now it's thinking. So I'm saying all this just to let you guys know is stop looking at this as a tool. This is so much more than a tool in your business. Start looking at this like an employee. So now today, I'm going to show you guys how your employee can now literally speak to you, talk to you, and you guys can all role play with your favorite employee. Let's go ahead and open this up. First, couple things that you guys will need to have in order for this to work. First is you need a ChatGPT Plus account. It is $20 a month. It will be the best $20 a month that you spend in your business, period. Not even a question. So, but you need a ChatGPT Plus account for this to work. The second is this is only available on your phone. It is not available on your computer. So you need to download the ChatGPT app to your phone. And just to be clear, let me actually get this for you. It is this icon. It is just ChatGPT. If you guys go to your app store or the Play Store, you will see Chat On, ChatGPT, ChatGTP. You'll see a bunch of variations of people trying to get you to download their app. It is just ChatGPT, and you download that app. Third, this is just what I really recommend is you do your custom instructions. If you guys haven't done this yet, it's inside of ChatGPT. You just come over here on the right, and then you say customize ChatGPT. This is where you let ChatGPT know who you are, how long you've been in business, that you're a real estate agent, et cetera, et cetera. So that way it knows a little bit about who you are. And then here's what you should do. If you just go to your store and just type in ChatGPT, it's just ChatGPT. You might see Chat On, you might see Chat in Ask or Chat On or AI Chat. It's none of those. It is, and it says underneath it, yep, it says the official app by OpenAI is what it says in the App Store. So after you do that, Here is what you do next. So this is if you're on dark mode. Mine's on dark mode. If you're not, then yours will be white with a black button in the bottom right. But the first thing you do is once you're in your phone, you're going to see this button right here. You click this button and this screen will pop up. Say hello to advanced voice mode. Here is what you do. You click continue and then you select your voice. You can change it later. I selected Soul, S-O-L. I thought she had the best voice. But this is where you select your voice. And then you are ready and good to go. And then every time after that, you just need to come in here and click this button. And then you are literally speaking to ChatGPT. So I'm going to show you guys how that works. If it goes blue. Hey, what's up, Kelsey? I'm on here with the Freedom Team, and I want to show you off and show them how amazing you are. Can you introduce yourself to them?
Hey there, Freedom Team. I'm Kelsey, your go-to AI expert. I specialize in leveraging cutting-edge AI to help real estate professionals like you skyrocket your business. Ready to dive into the future of real estate?
All right, thank you. Here, let's go ahead and do this. The reason I'm here is I want to show them role play scenarios. So let's role play. You're an expired lead. You were on the market for 6 months and now you're really, really, really frustrated. I'm going to call you and make sure you hit me with a lot of objections. Does that sound good?
Sounds great. I'll be the frustrated expired lead, ready with plenty of objections. Let's do this. Give me a call.
Hey, I'm calling for the owner of 123 Main Street. Is that you?
Yes, it is. This is Kelsey. How can I help you?
Yeah, hey, I'm calling because I saw your home recently expired and it looks absolutely beautiful. Can you tell me why it did?
Honestly, I'm not sure. We had it listed for 6 months and there was barely any interest. We kept hearing the market was hot, but it sure didn't feel like it for us.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see where your frustration comes in. Can you tell me a little bit about what they were currently doing?
The agent? Well, they put it on the MLS and I think they did some online marketing, but beyond that, I didn't see much effort. We hardly got any feedback from showings either.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, Kelsey. You did a great job. All right. So now let's do this, Kelsey. I want to work on my objection handling as a real estate agent. There's been a lot of talks about the commission rate. So why don't you do this? I want you to have 5 of the best objections. I want you to pause between each one, let me handle it, and then turn into my AI, and then turn into my real estate coach and tell me how I can handle it better. Does that sound good?
Sounds perfect. Let's get started. Here's your first objection. Why should I pay a commission when I can sell my home myself and save that money?
And now it can literally turn into your coach for you as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I put together 13 different role play scenarios here for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I just put that in the chat. 13 different role play scenarios: expired listing, first time home buyer, for sale by owner, luxury, relocation. And then you can get down here into buyer uncertainty about commission costs, buyer confused about agent representation. And now you guys can literally come in here and start role playing with ChatGPT. Start having full-blown conversations with AI. And if you guys are experts, which I know all of you guys are because you're here with the Freedom Team, you know you shouldn't be role-playing with your clients. You should be role-playing with a partner. And now you have a 24/7 role-play partner ready to go in any situation. But, you know, I like using this for real estate, but I'm also using this in other different ways. Because I've also shown a couple of my little cousins here how they can literally turn this into their tutor. But this is where you can ask you like, hey, I have a 12-year-old right now and they're in US History 101. They're trying to learn this lesson. Can you put together a comprehensive plan to help them learn these different lessons? And it will go through. Or you can even take it a step further. You can literally go into your ChatGPT and click this attach file button, and you can upload an entire lesson plan, your kid's entire lesson plan into here, and then say, hey, can you put together a quiz for them to help them learn this lesson? And it will literally take the exact lesson plan they're supposed to learn and put together a quiz. I'm currently doing Spanish every morning. I'm like, hey, I want to learn Spanish. So it turned into my Spanish tutor. And then every next day, I'm like, hey, let's pick up where we left off. But this is where advanced voice, you can literally speak to it back and forth. So that was advanced speech. So that was one great thing I wanted to show you guys here today. The second is I just want to let you guys know about this new feature here, the search GPT. So it's search the web. So this is how you get real-time data now. So I can say, I wonder what everybody is looking up today, right? So I can come into here and say, this is where it gets to me great, because I can say, give me the top 5 things to do this weekend in your city, Cleveland, Ohio. Include the location, time, and a brief description of each. So now I can literally come in here and say, hey, give me the top 5 things to do this weekend in Cleveland, Ohio. So it's going to go through step by step, top 5 things to do this weekend in whatever city you're in. And then I can turn this off and then say, now write me an email to my database informing them of the top 5 things to do. Top 5 things to do in Cleveland this weekend. So now you can literally, in that amount of time, update your database every single week of the top 5 things to do. And I mean, how much time would this take for you to find the things to do, look up what it's about, find the location, then write an email? That's like a freaking full-time job, right? Or you can start having fun. Make a list of the top 3 pizza places in Medina, Ohio. Well, I can give you these. Can you make the list written? There we go. And now just come back here. Now write me an email with the top 3 pizza places to send to my database. Because here's the thing, becoming a community champ is great because your clients love opening your emails, love learning new things about the community, what's going on every single weekend. You can create blog posts. Then you can go and be like, hey, now create me a blog post of the top 5 things to do. Now create me a blog post of the top 3 things to do here. And all of a sudden you have community-driven content in seconds. So, all right. So this is something that we learned. I didn't even know this because we started researching the topic because I'm like, there's no way it's this easy. But I didn't know like news channels, like major media news channels, they curate anywhere from like 30 to 100 blog posts a day. A day. No wonder we're inundated with all these news stories and all these things happening, right? But that's how they stay top of mind, stay relevant. So then we started saying like, I wonder what that would look like if we started doing that for some of our clients. So we started doing it for some of them. So we started with 3 blog posts a day. And then all of a sudden we started being ranked. And then we went to 5 blog posts a day. And then we started being at the top of each page. Now we're literally doing 10 blog posts a day for some of these clients here on the back end. And all it is doing that exact process that I just showed you. Look it up, top 3 things to do, top 5 things to do, top this, top that, and creating blogs. We go to places like Answer the Public, where you can look up topics and it gives you a bunch of different topics. And then you go into Chat GPT, research it using Search GPT, and then turn it into a blog post. And we're turning out about 10 blog posts a day for some of these clients, and they're ranking at the top of each one of their pages. And then there's a process that we're including in it too, is then you take the top rated blog post out for the day, and then you say, now create an email from this. And then it creates an email to send out to your database. And then we take it a step further. This might be a little bit more in depth, but we use a place called InVideo, InVideo, which it creates faceless videos. So then you can take the blog post and then literally copy and paste it into InVideo. And then you have about a 30 to 1 minute video, a faceless video of talking about your blog post. Where are you posting the blogs? That's whatever website that they currently have. So it's whatever CRM they're using. KV Core has a blog feature. Brivity has blog features. So we do it to their website. So it always backlinks to their website. Look, like to even create this blog post that I just showed you, how much time would this have taken you to figure out top 5 places? Now write me a post based on the email above. And we'll go through. It just goes through, lays it all out. Of course, there's a little bit more that goes into it because then you can go into long tail keywords, making sure your keywords and everything are in there as well on each post. This is where training your chat GPT gets really important because then you can start training it what your long tail keywords are, what everything is on the back end. And that way it just knows it and starts incorporating into each one. But now it's just about churning content. You're not getting people unsubscribed. You're not sending enough emails. Look, the reality is there's 3 options for people in my email campaigns. 1, they unsubscribe. All right. They don't like what I'm doing. 2, they love my emails, right? And they stay in there. And I am the only person that they can think about when they think about my topic. Or 3, and this is the one I refuse to let happen, is they have no idea who I even am. And unfortunately, for most of the people in most real estate agents' email campaigns, it's that. They have no idea who you even are. Right? Because what? You send them 1 email a week. Dean Graciosi sends me 4 emails a day. Right? I got in his email campaign. I get 4 a day. How many emails do I get from Amazon? 3 or 4 a day. Right? The reality is this: people only have room in their mind for 1 real estate agent. Right? So if you want more referrals, you got to start sending more emails. And I'll be honest, the highest ROI in almost every business that I've seen is emails. I mean, how many people here are paying for a CRM right now? Do you know your email capacity and your email limit? Are you using it? If not, then you're throwing money down the drain right now. Email, one of the highest ROIs, and now with Chat GPT, especially with how well it's put together now, there's absolutely no excuse for not sending out emails. So for us, when we tell our clients, email at least 3 times a week. And now with this, you can literally go into there. You saw how quickly I put that together. Give me the top 5 things to do this weekend. Now put it in an email. Done. Send. Give me the top 3 pizza places. Now put it in an email. Done. Send. Give me the top 5 things people can do to increase their home's value. It's going to search the web. Now, can you put this together in an email for me? Include an engaging subject line. So I literally just said, give me the top 5 things people do to increase the value of their home. And I mean, here's the cool part about all of this too. You can say, so if you don't know topics and things you can look up, you can just literally ask ChatGPT. Well, it knows me. So it's here, 1 second. It knows. So it knows like what I'm training on. I am a real estate agent. Act as my marketing coach. Come up with 20 topics I can use to send out to my database. And it's going to talk about AI because it knows me. Top 10 mistakes to make when listing, how to avoid them, how to attract the best offers. So you literally just come into here.
Yeah.
Your guide in navigating probates. Can you give me 10 community related topics I can send out to them? Here we go. And then I could just say here, top neighborhoods to watch, what's growing, changing, and trending. And then go here to search. Can you search the top 5 neighborhoods that are growing, changing, and trending near Medina, Ohio?
Wow.
Great. And then turn this off. Now, can you create an email to send to my database? I mean, I think just people are overthinking this, right?
Yeah.
If you have a question, just ask ChatGPT. I don't know what I should be doing right now, but I want to create more marketing. What do you suggest? At least it'll get you started and it'll give you topics. Here's what I think everybody here should do. Not think, you should do this. Literally copy and paste this exact word for
You
word.
want to share your screen, Nick?
I just put it in the chat, but I'll show you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, just literally copy and paste this into your Chat GPT. I'm not saying this is 100% effective, but it definitely does help you out a lot because you can literally just copy and paste this. I want to ensure that you add this to your memory, that every piece of marketing used in my real estate business strictly complies with fair housing laws, avoid any language, yada, yada, yada. And then just go ahead and click enter. Whoop, cancel. Hit enter. And then you'll see I've added this to memory for you. Your real estate materials will be strictly compliant with fair housing laws. So now at least your ChatGPT knows that you want to do like stay within fair housing. Again, I'm not saying you can take that to the bank and say this is gold and set, but now it at least knows that you want to stay within fair housing. And look, I'm not like copying and pasting from there, but it gives me starting points. It allows me to think differently, which I believe as entrepreneurs and people in this world, giving you a fresh and different perspective to me is almost invaluable. And my ChatGPT is not a yes man, yes woman. It doesn't just agree with me. I'm like, hey, what am I not seeing? And it will label it all out. The first thing, the mindset on this is start treating this like an employee, not like a tool. It is a form of intelligence. It can speak and it can have an opinions. It can think. Start training this and it will just get better and better and better and better.